Hello, good morning. Another beautiful day here in the Philippines. It's interesting to see that finally, he says, there are people that are making comments that are actually showing that there's more to just a beautiful face, a beautiful body, and the feeling of a honeymoon when you come to the Philippines to find that special lady. One has to spend a little bit of time, as they say, researching and discovering what one will have to face. It's not always about money. It's not always about where to live. It's not always about who you live with. It's the fact that a Filipina is a completely different kettle of fish, as they say in the UK. Because to understand the way a Filipina really ticks and works is probably the most important thing you're going to have to come to terms with. Without that knowledge and that effort to discover all of the little fine intricacies in her personality. And you might say, oh yes, but mine doesn't do that, or mine's not like that. The point is that yes, she is. She just hasn't shown her hand yet. It's not a bad thing. It's not meant as a bad thing. It's not meant to chase you away from the idea of having a Filipina wife. Because a Filipina wife is she's like an uncut diamond. We all know that once the diamond is cut and polished, it will be even more beautiful than it seems as an uncut stone. But the reality is that unless you prepare your mind and your mindset to the reality of that as a woman, she is totally in a different league to those you will find overseas. Yes, you may well have bumped into a Filipina who maybe was nursing in a local hospital, or maybe was working for one of your friends as a housemaid. And you might have started to talk to her and realize that, oh, there's a little bit of a fascination there with a Filipina. Maybe I should be looking at the idea of going and living in the Philippines. Yes, all of these things are quite true, and they feed the desire, the wish to find things out. But most importantly, we all need to take the effort to realize that if our temperament and our ability to handle life itself will falter the moment you discover some of the idiosyncrasies of a Filipino wife or girlfriend, then a lesson has been learnt before you make that big move to come here. So yes, by all means, come to the Philippines and discover the delights of the place. It certainly won't be a difficult case of trying to find a woman to live with, because they are in abundance. But it's not even about finding the right one. It's about you discovering what it's like to live with a Filipina. They are all beautiful. They are all gorgeous. But until you start to live with them, you will never see what it's really like behind the doors of living with your Filipina. You won't discover what it's like if you say the wrong thing. You won't discover what it's like when you upset somebody and how they deal with it. The isolation feeling after the polish has rubbed off the relationship with the family, and they discover that maybe you're not going to be there as an unlimited source, a water well in the garden of money. When they realize that you're actually only focused on their daughter and the future of you and her, and rely upon their daughter to occasionally supply them with maybe some money through you, that then you will discover exactly what life is like. You will also discover the fact that at the beginning you may be flavor of the month with the family, but it soon becomes apparent that they have really no interest in you whatsoever, except to what they can get from you as well. And if they can't get anything from you, then you will become estranged from the rest of the family, beyond the fact that you also will find that you won't understand what they're talking about. The only time you'll know they're talking about you is when they mention your name, Dada, him, or whatever they do. Americano, you may hear, all these things. And it's up to you to learn some of the words that describe you. Then that way at least your ears can prick up, oh, what are they saying? And then you can ask your partner, what did your sister say to you? What did your brother say or your mother say? And if you get a sort of a side answer, you know it wasn't necessarily flattering. So decide on what you want in life. By all means, you will have a wonderful partner in a Filipina, but there will be many, many discoveries to be made in life here in the Philippines, because retirement in the Philippines is retirement that you planned anywhere in the world, to be peaceful, stress-free, without bother, and just a pleasant environment to live out your final years. And where better than in a beautiful garden, a nice neighborhood to wander around, pleasant people to talk to, and a partner who cares for you, genuinely cares for you, and not too much traffic. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. I think it's going to be a really good day. Bye now.